Now, flooding and heavy rains are wreaking havoc in KwaZulu Natal. 2 people died over the weekend in KwaMashu and Umlazi. As a result of the floods, teams from eThekwini emergency services are already on the ground assessing the impact. eNCA senior reporter Dasen Thathiah is covering that story for us and joins us live from Durban North. I mean, it's always unpleasant to see people struggling and from what I hear, it's quite a number of them, Dasen. How are the rescue personnel coping with this?
Well, I can tell you it's a very fluid situation. In fact, when we left the office today, we were trying to get to one particular area, which was on the north of the north coast, rather. But while we were heading that way, we were diverted to Durban North because this was where a landslide was reported. At the moment, that scene is still currently active. You'll see the emergency services personnel here. That's been the nature of their day so far as they've been chasing scene to scene. There are still people that are missing. There are vehicles that have been submerged, that have gone underwater. All areas across Durban have been affected quite significantly near the areas of Umlazi on the north. You've had areas like Mploti on the south. You've got Amanzimtoti. And now I'm also being told that this flooding is affecting areas way past even areas like KwaDukuza. So what all of this has meant is that emergency services personnel have had to be in many places at the same time in order to try to save as many lives as they can. What's also adding to this problem really is the fact that there's flooding on major roads, and that is really hindering the travel for people that found themselves on the roads and others that needed to get home from work and so on. So we just got to the scene a little while ago. I'm still getting some information. I'll bring in Paul Herbst from Medi Response. Paul, we know there is a mudslide that occurred on this property here in Durban North. What do we know so far?
All we know so far is a mudslide and there's one occupant missing or one homeowner missing. The structural integrity has been compromised, so we can't do anything at the moment. And as we're standing here, there's about 3 or 4 other live rescues the guys have been responding to and need assistance. The biggest problem right now is North Coast Road is flooded, the N2 up towards Stanger side is completely flooded. So all the main roads are flooded, so rescuers can't get to these scenes.
Give me a sense of how many people are currently missing at the moment.
Dasen, we've counted about 10 in the last hour, and those are all people trying to cross low-level bridges with vehicles, and vehicles have washed away. I think there's 3 vehicles just in the Tongot area itself that's missing. Umhlali River Bridge, there's a truck with 2 occupants missing there, and we did it earlier on a rescue with 2 guys in a tree, also from a truck in the Noti area in Stanger.
I think the message at this point, and I've seen that authorities have been trying to spread this message, is that everyone needs to keep safe. From what you've seen today, what's gone wrong? How can people ensure that they don't end up in trouble?
Unnecessary driving, and that's the biggest problem. We've got still the highways are blocked and full. Emergency services can't come past, the roads are flooded, so if you don't need to drive, just stay at home for now. Just wait for the rain to subside and the water to go down.
Okay, that's fine. And Paul, we'll catch up with you in a little while. I know you need to get off to another scene. Devin, that's been the nature of things. Disaster management teams are on alert. They're also responding to various incidents across the city. We've heard from the Department of Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs as well as the eThekwini municipality. But at the moment, it seems like resources are stretched because the rain is still persisting and it's expected to continue until the early hours of the morning at least.
One can only imagine the tussle in deciding where you go to. All right, for the moment, eNCA senior reporter Dasen Thathiah, thanks very much indeed for bringing us that live report from some of the flooded areas there on the north coast near Durban.